Hey, what's up? My name is John Armstrong. Welcome to this workshop. On this workshop today, I'm going to be revealing 3 ways, not just one, but 3 ways that you can use to generate $5,000 consistently online each and every month, starting within the next 22 days or less. And I'm also going to show you how you can scale that to $10,000 online every single month or more. Now, these 3 ways are going to consist of A, the free method, which you can use to get started within the next 24 hours and start generating money completely free of charge. There's also method number 2, which is the money on demand method, which you'll be able to push some buttons and make money. And then there's method number 3, which is going to show you how to blow this whole thing up to literally hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month. So I hope that you are as excited as I am, because I am super excited to be revealing this stuff to you on this call today. So what I'm going to do now is just close down my camera so I have your complete attention so we can get straight into this. So during this workshop, I'm going to show you the secret of making an easy $5,000 a month within the next 22 days, and then also how to scale that to $10,000 monthly within the next 55 days. And I'm also, on top of that, going to share with you the exact blueprint that I follow that generates me between $100,000 to $180,000 each and every month. If that sounds good, then just put into the chat box down below, let's go, with like loads of O's at the end of it. Awesome. Yeah, let's go. All right. So you're about to see exactly how to turn 45 minutes a day into at least $5,000 in monthly profits with live proof. I'm going to show you how to leverage YouTube for profits without making any videos. I'm going to show you how to bank passive income without your own products. And I'm also going to show you how to scale to game-changing wealth without any risk whatsoever. So what is this about? Okay, and I'm sure you're asking this question. Well, during this call, I'm going to show you 3 out-of-the-box ways to make big money online. These are going to consist of 1, the free method, 2, the money on demand method, and number 3, the money multiplier method. Now, the best part about this is that you don't need any startup costs, you don't need any experience, and you don't need any products either. The profit potential is literally unlimited, and you'll see that later on. So what is this not about? Well, it's not about MLM or pyramid schemes. It's not about drop shipping or Shopify, trading, Amazon, eBay, or doing any kind of selling or doing any kind of hard work either. And it's also not about Bitcoin. So who's this workshop for? Well, first of all, it's for those of you that are stuck in a soul-sucking 9-to-5 job, making your boss rich, trading your time for money, and wanting more out of life. It's also for those of you that want to stay at home and watch your children grow up and not miss any of those golden moments in their life, like riding their bike for the first time. Okay, it's also for those of you that enjoy travel like myself and you want a portable business that you can take with you anywhere in the world and work from your hotel room, your resort, as long as you have an internet connection. And it's also for those of you that are looking to make a side income on top of what you're already doing. Now, it's also for retirees who are looking to enjoy their golden years in complete financial comfort. Because here's the thing, here's the shocking reality, okay? Around 48% of Americans have less than $10,000 saved for retirement. That is a scary statistic, right? And you know that Social Security just doesn't cut it anymore, which is super scary. Okay, but here's Audrey, okay? She's 67 years old. She retired last month, and she started implementing this system that I'm about to reveal to you only 4 days ago. And now she's pulling in $100 days, which is awesome, right? And it's a great start to her golden years. So here's what you don't need to do this method. You don't need an audience. You don't need any kind of social media like Instagram, Facebook. You don't need any of your own products. You don't need to talk to any clients. You're not going to be recruiting people. You don't need any staff. You can do this completely on your own. You don't need any investments or hard costs. And you can get started with this system 100% for free. And I'll reveal that in the free method in just a second. But just to show you what this system translates to in the real world, let me show you what this system has done for me in the past couple of years alone. So I'm just going to log into my accounts here. And you can see in my first account here, it's given me over $160,000. This account here in the past 30 days alone, $31,000. And you can see some of this activity, which has started around 2019 onwards, which is only a couple of years ago. See, there's a couple of 100,000 withdrawals there. And as we scroll through, you can see there's tons of withdrawals. And if I just go back, you can see that in total, inside of this account alone, I've withdrawn $1.9 million. Now I've actually got 17,200 in here right now that I'm actually just going to withdraw because I might as well, because it's just finished clearing. So $17,000. Let me withdraw this to my bank account. Confirm. Boom. And that's not it. I've also got another account here that I can show you. In the past 4 weeks, it's generated $73,000. And if I just go back to the past 12 months, there's 1.3 million in here as well. So it's a lot of money to be earning in the past year alone, or even in the past 2 years. You know, this is like 1.9 million plus 1.3 million. It's a lot of money. And I've actually got another $34,000 that I can pay out right now as well. So we've got 35,000 here. Let me just pay this out. So what have we done here? We've done 35,000 here. We've done another 17,000 here. That's got to be like over, what, 50K, right? So what would you do, okay? If you were me in my position right now, you've just withdrawn 50K live in front of your eyes. You've just withdrawn this yourself. What would you do with this kind of disposable income? What would you buy? I mean, you could buy a nice car for that. You could buy a motorbike. You could invest in, well, you tell me. You tell me what you would do with this kind of money. Just drop it into the chat box down below. Let's have a look. Okay, so I've got invest. I got buy a car, buy a motorbike, invest in a house, start flipping houses, invest in crypto. Yep, that's a great one. Crypto is really blowing up right now. Awesome. Yeah, there's a lot that you could do with that kind of money. And bear in mind, that's the money that I've earned in probably the past 5 or 6 days, which is insane, right? So here's a bunch of people who have attended this very call that you're watching right now, and they've all gone on to do some pretty decent numbers. See, Badra here from India, whose English is a second language, did $498 in his first 3 days. We've got Anantho here, in his first 3 days, did $887 after watching this call. We've also got Bradley, who's a full-time builder. He actually has a full-time job, and he made $277 as well within a couple of days of watching this call too. We've also got some bigger earners, like Trevor Carr, who so far has done over $200,000 with this, and also Tim Verdu, who's cranking out $40,000 each and every month. So when you stay to the end, you'll be able to pick up these 2 juicy bonuses too. I'm going to give you a full video course that's going to show you in real time how you can make $100 a day directly from your mobile phone without a computer or anything like that. I'm also going to give you access to some free traffic software that I'm actually selling at the moment for $97. This is yours completely free when you stay to the end. You'll be able to pick up both of these products at the end on the final slide of this workshop. There'll be a URL where you can download this stuff, right? So I've just got one request. Kindly close down Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Zoom, because these are only going to distract you, and I need your full attention throughout this workshop. I understand that you're probably super skeptical right now, and that's okay, because I know that there's a lot of fake gurus out there, there's a lot of BS, there's a lot of BS offers out there as well. But all I'm asking you to do is take a look with your own eyes on this system that I'm about to reveal to you, okay? And then you can make up your mind. Either way, the training on this call is going to be completely free, so you've really got nothing to lose. So I'm just asking that you come into this with an open mind, with no prejudices, all right? So I've actually made a case study that I want to show you to prove to you how well this system works. So if you'd like to watch that case study, then just type into the chat box down below, play the case study, and I'll play this for you right now. Okay, play the case study, play the case study. Awesome. Now, please bear in mind, okay, that I live in Bali, and Bali is 12 hours ahead of New York, because I reference midnight in New York inside of this case study, and while it's noon over here, because I'm 12 hours ahead. So just bear that in mind. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it's 03:35 in the morning on the 6th of January in Eastern Time, right? Now, the product that I'm using this for, that I'm reviewing, is called Avatar Builder, okay, and it's going live on January the 6th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means it's just over 11 and a half hours from now that this is going to go live. So if I go to my JVZoo account and I click the refresh button, okay, see it's refreshing. At the moment I've got a big fat 0 in there, okay. Now this is hopefully going to change. I don't know what's going to happen, but what I do know is I'm going to come back in around 15 or 20 hours time when I wake up tomorrow morning, and we're going to log in. We're going to see if I've actually made any money from this video. 6:15 p.m. in the US on the 6th of January, right? So it's been, I'm just going to log into my JVZoo account, and it's been about 3 hours, just over 3 hours since this product went live. And there we go. Remember there's a big fat 0 before, and well, now there's $459. This is just from 3 hours. Gonna go to Google, and so you can see what time it is right now in Eastern Standard Time, which is New York time. It's almost midnight, which means the clocks are going to reset in just a second. So I'm just going to log into my JVZoo account so you can see exactly how much this one video, this one review video, has generated for me. So boom, there you go, $782 in less than 24 hours from one simple video. How epic is that? So $782 from one single video that I uploaded in less than 24 hours, it brought in that money. Now this is just a quick case study of what I'm going to be revealing to you on the call so you can go and do this for yourself, right? So it's okay to be skeptical, and John Shea here was skeptical too. He says here, I've been burned by big promises before, so I wasn't sure this would work. John Armstrong and his method seems so different and real. Sure, glad I stuck with it because the results are out of this world. And you can see so far, he's done over $24,000. And he actually messaged me the other day to say, I also thought I'd share, I bought a house. Check it out. This is the house that he's bought as a result of just doing this, which is epic, don't you think? Okay, so I've had a ton of people have asked me to take this down because this is not widespread information and nobody else will share this info with you because there's only a handful of people that are actually doing this and they want to keep it that way. They don't want to share this. So there's really only around 200 people doing this the way that I'm showing you today. And if you compare that to the hundreds of thousands doing mainstream methods like Amazon, you can see why this will never get saturated. And there's virtually no competition either. And you can see why they don't want me to share this with you either. So why am I sharing this insider information for free? Well, there's actually two reasons. The first reason is partly selfish, and that is that if you do great with this, we could end up partnering together on projects that will grow my business. So that's the first reason. The second reason is that this system came to me at a real turning point in my life. And I know that the past year has been super brutal for a lot of people. You see, not that long ago, I was at a crossroads in my life because I'd been through the whole system. I'd been to school, I'd been to university, and that got me into $50,000 worth of debt. So I landed myself a job as a teacher, and I did this for 9 years, and I only got paid $1,100 a month, working 40 hours a week. Plus I had a 2-hour commute each day, which really sucked. And don't you think that it's unfair that people that do the hardest jobs usually get paid the lowest amount? I mean, I've done a ton of different types of jobs. I've cleaned toilets in an old people's home. I've been a cleaning service in a supermarket working nights. I've worked in a steel factory working night shifts. I've been a builder's laborer shoveling backbreaking amounts of sand and bricks every day. And it's always the people that do the hardest type of jobs like this that end up getting the least amount of money. I personally think it is super unfair when you've got people like your boss that just sit around and they get paid 3, 4, 5 times more than you and they're not really doing any work at all. So can you imagine me being college educated to get a supposedly respectful teaching job to be making less than $7 an hour? I mean, forget saving, forget paying off my debt, forget being able to afford a vacation, and forget having any money to enjoy retirement with. I mean, do you know anyone in that situation where they pretty much have to work until they're dud, getting chewed up by the system and spat out at the age of 65? So here's what I did. I took a second job as a musician working weekends, which only limited my time even more. And after 9 years of doing this and being jarred awake by an alarm clock every single morning, the first thought that used to come into my head every single day was, is this it? Is this what life is going to be like from now on? So from there, it was a quick dip into booze and drugs as an escape from my sad reality and my frustration. Do you know anybody like that has turned to drugs and alcohol to try and ease their sad life or their sad reality or try to help them cope with the situation that they're in? Yeah, I bet you know somebody like that. Well, this was right around the time when my wife had had enough and she walked out on me as well. And that just makes me another statistic helped along by financial stress. So all in all, this left me completely homeless. I couldn't afford to buy any more drugs. My only option was to rehab, cold turkey, and crash at my sister's house. So after 2 weeks of going through cold sweats and having nightmares during the day of dead babies crawling across the ceiling, I pulled through it and I got off the drugs and I got away from the cold sweats and the paranoia, but it still left me with this problem that I was in $50,000 worth of debt. And I'd have called you bonkers if you'd have told me in 2017, once I've just got clean off these drugs, that in 2 years' time, I'd be a millionaire. I'd have called you bonkers. And this is my why for sharing this today, because the system that I'm about to show you today is the one thing that got me out of the dark and broke place that I was in. And today, more than ever, there's a lot of darkness out there, and people need help all the time. So maybe that's one of the reasons why you joined this workshop, right? Now, if you want to know how I did it, just type into the chat box down below, how did you do it? Okay, how did you do it? Okay, lots of how did you do it coming through. Okay, well, here's how I did it. I browsed forums and I browsed the internet for literally months trying to figure out what was going to work. And do you ever find yourself doing this too? I mean, hoping that something will just jump out at you. Well, here's some of the things that I tried. I tried e-commerce, I tried Shopify, and that got crazy popular. But it was harder than doing a full-time job. Drop shipping, buying inventory up front, there's tons of risk. I also tried Amazon, which is massive, so massive that it's flooded with competition. And even if you try the affiliate side of it, the commissions are like 3%, which is going to give you enough money probably to just buy a loaf of bread. So you name it, I tried it. I tried CPA, I tried MLM, I tried pyramid schemes, I tried filling out surveys, I tried network marketing, affiliate marketing, trading, Bitcoin. Nothing really worked until I discovered softwares and digital products. And this is where the $5,000 a month system got its start. So the reason software and digital products are so powerful is because instead of giving you 3% commissions like some of these Amazon products, software and digital products give you 50 to 100% commissions every time. And that's a lot of money. Okay. Also, the payments are instant. You don't have to wait for 3 months like you do with Amazon. There's a huge market. It's a multi-billion-dollar recession-proof industry. So what I did is I applied some of the stuff that I've learned by promoting Amazon products to this. So you're probably asking, did it work? Well, here's the thing. I had an interview lined up the following week to get my old job back with my old boss right here, who I detested. I hated this guy. And I really didn't want to be forced back to doing this 40-hour week for $7 an hour. So I was praying that this would work. So did it. And I went to bed worried. But the next morning I woke up and I'd made $51, which doesn't sound like a lot of money, but it was a massive breakthrough for me at the time, believe me. So I wanted to make sure that this wasn't a fluke. So I plugged the system in again and I made $161. I plugged it in the next day and I made $171. I plugged it in the next day, I made $187. And for this week, I'd made over $750, which was huge. So I felt that I finally had this win button on my desk that I could just smash whenever I wanted to. This was a massive thing for me. I was so pumped about this because I just discovered a way that I could make money for free whenever I wanted to. And the money was much bigger than I ever got at my previous job. And I also canceled that job interview because I knew I would never have to re-enter the job market ever again, which is epic. So to prove to you the progression that I had in real time, I'm going to go into my Facebook account and I'm going to show you exactly what happened since 2016, 2017, because I know you have a question in your head, which is this real? Okay, and I'm going to prove to you right now that this is real. So check it out. I'm going to go into my Facebook and you can see, look at this picture, right? This is from 2016. Look how sunken my eyes are into the back of my head. This is the height of my drug addiction right here. So as we move forward, it's probably around this time when I started to get cleaned up. You see, I'm still doing bits and bobs of music work and stuff like that. And as we move forward,